The Secret Bunker, a political thriller story. In the city of Tenebi, the capital of Nefaria, at exactly 11:47 p.m., the presidential villa went silent. The cameras outside the president's chamber recorded nothing unusual, only the rhythmic sweep of guards on patrol, the distant hum of generators, and the faint flicker of lights from the West Wing. By dawn, President Mohaду, dictator, ruler, and the most feared man in Nefaria, was gone. No trace, no sound, no witnesses, just vanished. His bed was neatly arranged. The security system had been breached. And yet, the most protected man in the country had vanished from his locked room. For 15 years, President Mohadu ruled Nefaria with an iron fist. He was a man who smiled only when signing death warrants. He cancelled elections, crushed protests, and silenced the voices of millions with bullets and fear. Opposition parties had risen against him. 3 coups had been attempted. And every time Mohadu emerged stronger, more ruthless, more paranoid. But 2 years ago, something different began to stir. The Aries movement. They were not soldiers or politicians. They were the voice of the people. Through pirate radio stations and encrypted podcasts, they spoke against tyranny. They demanded justice, freedom, and democracy. Their leader, Nuru, became a symbol of resistance until he was captured, tortured, silenced. The movement went quiet, and the nation sank deeper into fear. The next morning, the presidential villa was chaos wrapped in silence. Soldiers filled the corridors. Ministers whispered. The First Lady was weeping, pale and trembling. The Inspector General of Police arrived before sunrise. They questioned everyone, guards, cooks, cleaners, even the president's personal aide and best friend, Mr. Umahu. Umahu, calm and loyal as ever, told them he'd seen the president the previous night before leaving for his quarters. Security footage confirmed it. He entered the president's room at 10:08 p.m. and left at 10:34. Alone. No one entered after him, but in the shadows of his calm eyes was a truth too dark to imagine. Mr. Umaru had been more than a personal aide. He was a Mohadu's shadow, his fixer, his confidant. They had built their empire together, one through fear, the other through obedience. And even though Umaru doesn't agree to some of President Mohadu's mode of operation, he was loyal to him. But obedience had its limits. Months before the disappearance, Umaru received a call from an unknown number. A woman's voice spoke gently at first, then firmly. "We have your daughter." His heart froze. His daughter, Kemi, was the only thing pure left in his life. He had hidden her away in a remote village in another country, far from Nefaria's corruption and danger. "What do you want?" he asked. "The president," the voice said. "It's either him or your daughter." For days he wrestled with the choice, betray his friend or lose his child. Then, the idea came, the secret bunker. Only 2 people knew that beneath the president's luxurious bed lay a hidden entrance, an underground bunker built years ago as a last resort escape. No one but the president and Umaru knew it existed. It could only be opened by their palm prints. The president had ordered the engineers who built it executed silently and secretly. No witnesses, he had said coldly. That night, Umaru entered the room. The president was seated, sipping his drink. "You look troubled, Umaru," President Mohaду said without looking up. "Just tired, sir," Umaru replied. Moments later, he slipped a vial of clear liquid into the president's cup, a poison that would stop the heart in silence. When the president slumped, Umaru dragged his body to the bed, pressed his palm against the hidden sensor, and the floor opened. The bunker swallowed its master whole. The bunker that was built for escape. That night became a tomb. No one would ever find him. 2 days later, the news spread like wildfire. President Mohadu missing. Rumors flooded the streets. Some said he fled with stolen billions. Others believed he was abducted by the Aries movement, or perhaps struck by a divine justice. In the capital, people celebrated, but within the corridors of power, panic reigned. The vice president called an emergency cabinet meeting. Half of the ministers demanded that he assume power immediately. The others insisted that there should be an election, so the citizens can elect a new president. For the first time in years, the nation trembled, not from fear, but from uncertainty. At exactly 8 p.m., a familiar voice broke through the radio static across Nefaria. This is the Arise movement. The tyrant has fallen, but our fight is not over. The people must decide their future. The broadcast ended abruptly. In his private quarters, Mr. Umahu sat alone, holding a photo of his daughter. A faint smile crossed his lips, but his eyes betrayed guilt, fear, and something darker. From deep beneath the villa, in the dark, sealed bunker, a lifeless figure lay in bed. A red light blinked once, then twice, then again and again. Did Umahu truly kill the president, or did they plan his disappearance? Who was the voice on the phone, the Arise movement, or someone inside the government? And who will rule Nefaria now, the vice president, or will the people finally rise?